Okay, everyone, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Advice to Junior Developers. And today we're going to talk about what's on everyone's mind right now, AI, right? What does AI mean for all of our jobs? What does AI mean for even junior roles going on right now, right? Is it likely to replace jobs? What's the point, right? Should I even bother, learning how to code? These are kind of questions that are coming up in not only the minds of junior developers, but mid-level, senior, everyone in the industry right now, right? And let me tell you one thing, your job is safe. It's not going anywhere because we'll always need programmers. And the most important thing that you need to consider is when you're working as a developer or engineer, whatever you want to call yourself, right? Whatever your title is that the role is just not coding, right? The entirety of the role is programming is maybe 5 to 10% of your position, right? And the other time is, working at problem solving, working and deciphering, what the client's wants and needs are, right? You know, you need to be able to convey, what possible solutions there are to an issue that, a client might want you to implement. But also you want to figure out what exactly it is that they're looking for. Deciphering that and digging in deep is going to be, a big part of your position, as a developer. Anyone can come along and, maybe type in some prompts into, ChatGPT or whatever, and maybe generate some code, and that's great. Will it be good code? It could be potentially, right? You don't know. It's all sourced from I'm say somewhere on the internet, right? So it's trained from some sort of data. So I'm sure that some code will be good, some code will not be so good. But ultimately, it doesn't really solve any problems. And if someone doesn't know what they want, then how do they know like what code they want or what they want the AI to output, right? So these are all things to sort of consider, right? So your job is safe. Okay, so that's out of the way. The second point is that what can you do with AI to make yourself a better developer, right? If you've done the fundamentals and you've learned what you need to do, you've worked on a couple of projects and you feel comfortable in a language, right? Then you can start utilizing AI to maybe write some of your unit tests, or maybe just a little bit of boilerplate that you might not want to do if you're a front end developer. You might want some boilerplate React code just generated by AI, Copilot, or if you're self-hosting, your own AI, then great, you can utilize that, right? But don't be reliant on AI completing your code or writing code for you. You should be able to understand what it's writing, because when an issue comes, which it will, right, as you've all experienced, you need to be aware of what that code is doing and why it's been there in the first place. So yeah, as long as you get your fundamentals right, then you can utilize it to make your life easier or to speed up your productivity so that you can become like a better engineer and you can save time, or maybe you can work on maybe solving other problems that might come up. So those are the two key points, right, that we've covered. One, your job's not going anywhere. And the second, once you've got your fundamentals in check, start using it to make yourself more productive. And in fact, if you are trying to, and the third point here is that if you're trying to learn a new skill, you can use AI to try and teach you, give you the fundamentals for that skill. You might want to start learning C# tomorrow, right? Put in a couple of prompts into ChatGPT or whatever AI tool they're using, and then get it to explain to you, what the basics are, what the fundamentals are for that language, and you just get started working on that, right? It can give you a quick summary synopsis of, what to look at, or maybe you want it to summarize some sort of documentation of like a API you want to work with or whatever it might be. And so you can utilize that to try and learn things at a faster pace rather than you going out there and, you know, Googling and researching and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of benefits to AI, right? And probably not right now is it's looking to take over sort of any of your sort of jobs as developers, but you can utilize it to make yourself better. These trends come and go, where some new tool or technology comes out, and there's a whole sort of big thing that people are saying that, oh, it's going to replace jobs, it's going to start taking jobs, but that never really happens. Programs have been there since the start and will continue to be there. Your domain or what you're working on might be different. Your shift might be towards AI, at some point, which makes sense. Um, but still, you'll still have a job, you'll still be coding. You still need someone to code or to train that AI, right? So that's still there. So yeah, take those things into consideration and see how you can make yourself a better developer and utilize the tools that you have, to make you a little bit better, more efficient at coding. So yeah, hopefully that helps.